Alright, so in the previous part we looked at XSS attacks. This time we're going to look at SQL injection. So what is SQL injection? Well, for the sake of demonstrating it, I put this query in a variable, and I'm not gonna execute the query just yet. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to display it and show you what it looks like. So this title variable basically gets substituted with whatever the user puts in. That can be anything. Well, not JavaScript anymore anyway. But let's do whatever title, yada blah. But let's copy that query, paste it in. Basically, say the user puts this as the query, as the title. Delete from posts. These dashes mean stop executing any trailing SQL code. It's basically just a comment. Now let's see what the query looks like. Insert into post, set title equal to yada blah, contents equal to, oh, I think I made a mistake somewhere. Sorry about that. That's obviously not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do instead was this. So as the title, delete from posts and end it. And here some text. Now post. Insert into post, set title equal to nothing, and then delete from posts, and then stop doing anything else. So basically, by inserting this quote here, some evil user, say the same one I mentioned in the previous part, could potentially delete entire tables, or even worse, your entire database. So, for this too, there's a very easy fix, and it's a function called MySQL real escape string. And we're going to apply that to the post as well. Oh great, freezes again. I am terribly sorry about this. I have no idea why this is happening. MySQL real escape string, and of course put that. And now if we resubmit this data, we see we have a quote escaped here. In other words, it will now basically set the title equal to this, and it will display it as that, or actually this is the title. Yeah, it looks weird, but this does prevent your database from basically being deleted. And whenever someone posts something like that, you immediately know, ooh, that came off weird. Anyway, you immediately know that someone tried to attack you, and you can delete that post or ban that user, whatever. So with these two things set up, we can safely insert any data into the database. Now, there is an extension to MySQL called MySQL Improved, which supports prepared statements, which is basically another way of doing this. But this is just as simple, just as effective, So we're just going to stick with this for this series. Alright, so we know how to insert data. Now let's take a look at how to retrieve and display it. So I'm gonna make a new file, new PHP file, and I'm gonna call it posts.php, whatever. And let's make a title, post list. Basically, let's go to syntax again. What you do is you use the select keyword. After this, you specify a list of fields you want to select from a specific table. Now, people often do this. This means select all fields. Even when you want to select all fields, you do not want to do this. What if you were writing some code and a year later you look at it again? You'll have no idea at all which fields you are selecting here. So what we're going to do is we are going to select them all, just for the heck of it. But we're not going to use this star. Never ever use it. It's basically terrible. Then you use the from keyword to specify which table you want to select from. And for now, this is all there is to it. Let's see what this results in when we execute this query. Hit go, and as you see, it just selects all posts. Yeah, for the heck of this, actually, to make this a bit nicer, I'm gonna get rid of these two posts because they were just for demonstration purposes. So let's do that again, and you see we get 3 posts. Now, let's use this on posts.php. I'm just gonna quickly copy this because I am lazy. Every PHP programmer is lazy. And we're gonna store this in a variable actually, because we are going to need it. MySQL query. And let's great, now I copied the wrong thing. And there we go. Now what you do is you use a function called MySQL fetch assoc. What this does is it takes the retrieved data and stores it in an associative array. So you could now access the ID field like this and the title field like this. However, if we want to display them all, we are going to want to put this in a while loop to loop over every entry that we select. And now you can simply do something like, let's see, h2, oops, tap that in, aref equals post.php. This doesn't exist, but that's not important. php echo row id. Get rid of that. Then in here, php echo row title. And finally, in a paragraph, whoops, we're gonna display row contents. And now, if you browse to posts.php, here you see this is the first post, and it links to ID1, that should be ID equals 1. And you see the first post, second post, third post, and well, the contents. This video is a bit long, I guess. I try to keep everything below 10 minutes, but 10 seconds more is not too bad, I think. Almost 15 seconds, actually. Anyway, see you in the next part.